Hey, what's up? This is Gunslinger. Thought I'd do another review, put one more up, because I'm probably not going to put any more up till end of February and probably well into March. So I thought I'd just go over what I've actually watched. So what I've actually got around to watching. First off, finally got on watching Boy Meets Girl. And I gotta say, this was pretty cool. It wasn't bad. It had some really good plot twists and had a pretty good narrative to it. And actually, the commentary on this is really interesting. It's got some pretty neat bonus stuff. Of course, Unearthed Films always puts out really quality stuff. Their stuff never looks bad at all. It always looks really good quality, really good bonus features. So, I was generally very happy with this one. I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on, I'll be right back. Actually finally sat down to also watch Lucker. Sorry, I accidentally grabbed Evil Dead Trap 2, which I have not watched yet, but I will. Sat down to watch Lucker. And I ain't gonna lie, this was really stupid, to be honest. Like I said in the past review when I first got this, it's a collector's piece, that's it. This really is basically if you took like a good slasher movie mixed with elements of like say Necromantic or maybe even Aftermath, and took out everything interesting or entertaining or even disturbing and completely sucked it out of it, and this is basically what you have with Lucker. I mean, it wasn't unwatchable, but if you're looking for something that's going to disturb you, this ain't going to do it. If you can handle Necromantic, Lucker is a breeze. If you sit there, Aftermath, Lucker is nothing. But I did like the bonus stuff, and this was pretty cool. And I liked how they had the original VHS version and the director's cut. And there's a lot of differences, which is cool. So it's alright. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but you know, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I actually sat down and watched these. I didn't watch the first one yet, but I'm getting around to it. But the first three all night long films by Metzamora. And I watched Atrocity and Final Chapter for the fact I heard those were the hardest of the three. And I can lie, the first one looks cool. Looks like it might be a decent movie, but Atrocity and Final Chapter are really, really disturbing movies. I mean, just incredibly just off-putting. It was really one of those movies that you just sit there watching and go, what the fuck? The hell was that shit about? And they're not even that gory. Honestly, they're not even as gory as Guinea Pig, but to me, they're more disturbing than any of the Guinea Pig movies, especially Atrocity. You just kind of watch it, like, especially if you get what the director's getting at, that this is his perspective on humanity, and he thinks that, you know, humans are garbage and worthless, and it really fucks with your head. It's one of them things you kind of watch, and you just kind of amazed you're sitting through it. Like, there's just, like, for example, in Final Chapter, there's a scene where these girls corner this girl, make her take a piss, and you see the piss run down her leg, stuff like that, menstrual blood and pubic hair, and of course that's, you know, all on top of all the rapes and violence, and, you know, murders and sadism and torture and abuse, and, you know, basically there is no good people in these two movies. If you're good in these movies, you're dead, and the good people who die don't last long. It's all about, everyone in this is evil, so, you know, everyone in this is a bad person. And if you're good, you will die, so it's really jacked up. But it's not like they weren't entertaining to an extent. They did make me think, and they were decent for what they were. They were actually decent, I actually wouldn't say. They were really messed up, and that's what I was looking for, so that's cool. That's cool. So I can recommend these. I only recommend these if you can take that kind of stuff. And I look forward to actually watching the first all night long. I actually want to figure out how to get the next two, 4 and 5. So, who knows. These were cool though. And for what I paid, you get all three of them, which ain't bad. And it's from Tokyo Shock, and they put out some cool stuff. So basically, cap this off. Boy Meets Girl, very cool. Unearthed, always a pleasure. Always put out great stuff. Lugger, meh, take it or leave it. All Long trilogy so far has been pretty cool. So, anyways, that's my review. Thanks, and try to enjoy the daylight, man. Later.